Hello everybody.
Hello, this is Thomas from Denmark coming to you with another video in my series on traditional shaving. In this video I want to do a review of the Feather WS-D1 safety razor. But first of all, I want to take a couple of minutes to talk about myself and why I have been off the YouTube scene for a while, because I've had a couple of my followers ask me questions about that. It's been I guess several years since I've done a video about shaving, and there's been a couple of reasons for that. First of all, I have been having problems with mood swings, depressions, whatever, and I haven't always felt in the mood to, I don't know, I guess expose myself or whatever. And I also, excuse me, I love my Coke. And also I have a lot of people on the internet, they write comments on my videos. You seem such a nice guy, we want to hang out with you, you know, you're so cool and mellow. And yes, that's true, I am. I have that side of me in my personality, and I show it in my videos, but I also have other sides. I can be very aggressive and introvert and arrogant, and sometimes I had a hard time dealing with those comments because I did not see myself as that person that the viewers did. So there was a conflict in me about that. Another reason I haven't done videos on shaving is that I have actually toned my game down quite a bit in the shaving department. I still have a shave den with all my stuff, but it's just very few parts of it that I use. I have a routine, not daily but weekly. I only shave about once a week, twice a week maybe. I've always done that. That's because my skin is so sensitive. That's all it can take. But excuse me again. And I don't use the straight razors anymore. My skin cannot handle it. And I also have gone back to using a Gillette Fusion on my head because it just gives me the best results. And a lot of the initial enthusiasm for straight razor, traditional shaving, maybe has worn off a little bit. And I guess maybe I have been feeling a little bit like a sellout, I guess. But all in all, I will say that my thoughts have always been, do what works for you. You cannot do anything wrong in the shaving. There are some things that you are supposed to do, like the straight razor is designed to be held a certain way, but it's not wrong if you hold it another way. If you get a good shave out of it, you're doing it right. So I have my routine, it works for me, and it does consist of using a Fusion on my head, and I'm not gonna feel bad about it or apologize about it. Alright, guys, let's get to the review. This is a Feather WS-DE safety razor. WS stands for wood and stainless steel. That is because the razor consists of steel and wood in the middle. That's the handle. This razor is another razor in the series that Feather have done. They first came out with a AS-DE safety razor, similar to this. This was all stainless steel. I have that razor. Great razor. Has been my go-to razor for actually quite a number of years, ever since I got it. And when they came out with this upgrade, or not upgrade, excuse me, this new model in the series, I just had to try it. Now this razor has an upgrade in the excuse me, the all stainless razor when it came out the all stainless model. A lot of people had issues with it because they felt it was not an aggressive enough razor to do a comfortable shave with. They felt like they did not get a baby butt smooth result. The razor simply did not cut the hair aggressive enough. Like I said, I have this razor myself, and for me it's not a problem. But then again, I'm not going for the baby butt smooth shave. I never shave against the grain because my skin is too sensitive. So across the grain shave is good for me. However, I do think that if I really wanted to do an against the grain shave with the razor, I could do it. Because I think the problem with the razor did not lie in the lack of aggressiveness. It lied in the lack of proper technique from the shaver using it, because it's an extremely difficult razor to use. You have to, I'll cover this later, but if you don't use it exactly right, you will have a hard time getting a good shave out of it. Nevertheless, Feather came out with an upgrade to the all stainless. They called it the all stainless number 2. And they were quite similar in looks, but the head was designed a little bit different. They carried this design over to the Feather wood stainless. So the head is what you can say the upgraded part of the all stainless model. However, comparing the two in shaving, I really don't think there is that noticeable of a difference, if there is any difference. The proper shave with this razor lies in the technique, and you can get a fantastic shave with this razor if you use the right technique. Okay, specs. The razor weighs in at 69 grams, and I can quickly convert that into ounces to you because I actually forgot to do that before I have all the other specs. Bear with me for a second, guys, please. Let's see here. Weight, mass, grams, 69. And what does that come to in ounces? That is 2.4 ounces. Okay. It's a 3-piece razor, meaning that the razor consists of 3 pieces. The handle is 1 piece and the head has 2 pieces. The head weighs in at 31 grams and the handle weighs in at 38 grams. So they're about half and half. The head to handle ratio is 1.2, meaning that if you divide the ratio with the weight of the head into the handle, you get 1.2. Why do I calculate this? I do this because I feel that razors that are very handle heavy tend to give me a different shave, and I don't appreciate razors that are too heavy in the handle. The all stainless Feather model is very heavy in the handle, and I don't actually appreciate this. However, I do love the razor, so I use it. But when you have a heavy handle razor, it means that gravity is doing a lot of the work for you. When you do strokes with the razor, the weight of the handle pulls your hand down, and it's the razor that does the work, not you. This is not good or bad, it's just a matter of what you prefer. Same thing with kitchen knives. If you have kitchen knives that are very heavy in the handle, when you chop something with the knife, the handle will do the work for you, so to speak, because of gravity and momentum with the weight. Some people like this, some people don't. I do not prefer this. I like to have the feel in my fingers of what I'm cutting, when I'm cutting, and I like to do the action myself. Great razor, weight-wise. Extremely good razor. The length of the razor is 11 centimeters. That comes to 4.25 inches, roughly. And the specs might be different. Actually, I haven't looked up the specs. I just measured it with a ruler, so and a kitchen weight. So if the specs differ a little bit, please bear with me. The length is a little bit on the long side, actually. It's a couple of centimeters or about an inch longer than the all stainless model, and I prefer the length of the all stainless model. So it's not a bad thing, it's just I would have preferred that this part here would not be here, because then I could actually rest my pinky on the bottom. I like sometimes when I shave to have my pinky on the bottom of the razor, and it's a little bit difficult with this one. So I guess you can say all in all that the weight of the wood stainless is suitable for me. The length is better on the all stainless, but the weight on the all stainless is not so suitable for me. So anyways, now I have both razors, so I have a chance to mix it up a little bit. The handle is very beautiful in my opinion, but when you just take it out of the box, it's very slippery. The all stainless model, you see this pattern here that's in the steel handle, and it gives for an extremely tight grip. The all stainless model has that all the way through the handle. Very good grip on that one. This one, however, not a good grip. It's very slippery. One thing that you can do about this is, put some oil on it. When I got it, I smeared some olive oil on it, soaked right into the wood, made it a much darker, fine color, and gave for a better grip. But once the razor gets wet and slippery, when you have lather and water on it, you want to hold on to it pretty tight. Otherwise you could risk dropping it. Let's take it apart and take a look at it. Let me just change the video to close-up. Excuse me guys, it's been a while. There we go. Alright, so you have the beautiful handle, and then you have the two parts that make up the head. I haven't cleaned it out, as you can see. My apologies. So the handle, the head is special. Why? Well, picture a razor blade for your inner eyes. Is the razor blade square? Most of you will say yes, and probably me too, but actually a razor blade is not square. It has a square shape, but it doesn't. The corners are cut out. Now these corners will match up inside the top part of the head of the razor. You can see that there are in the corners there are pieces sticking out here. So when you put in the blade, and I will try and do this without cutting myself and still presenting it on the video, the blade matches up inside the corners here. When you screw on, here's the top part, you can see it has deepenings in the corners. So the top part, the corners, will go into the deepenings here when you put it on. It will lock down tight. Top part, the corners goes in here all the way through, and when you screw this on, the handle on, the top part compresses together, keeping the razor very tightly in place. Now this does for the blade being held extremely tight inside the razor, and this gives very little feedback. Let me just present to you the logo on the top that I do not appreciate, and we'll do just another macro here, and then we'll zoom out. When the blade sits very tightly in the razor, the blade does not have a lot of space to move. Movement of the blade inside a razor gives feedback in two ways. The blade bounces inside the razor, and when it bounces, when it cuts the hair and it bounces, you can hear the feedback. It gives a sound, the deep scratching sound that you hear. That's feedback. The other type of feedback is in your fingers. when the blade bounces inside the razor, it creates vibration that goes through the handle into your fingers. So when you shave, you will automatically listen and feel in your fingers if you are cutting hair with the razor, thus being the feedback. Am I holding the razor right? Am I proper angle, proper everything? For most DE razors, it's pretty straightforward to shave with. The razors give out a decent amount of feedback, and you have a big angle where the razor cuts hair. It can cut at this angle, this angle, this angle, maybe even, you know. So most DE razors are pretty straightforward to shave with. This, however, is not. One reason, like I told you, the feedback is very minimal, so it's hard to determine if the razor is cutting hair or not. Another reason is that the razor is designed so that it only cuts hair at a very specific small angle. You don't have a big variety in angles as where you can shave. You have to hit the razor spot on that angle, otherwise it won't cut hair. This is why I think a lot of people had problems with the first all stainless model, claiming that it was not aggressive enough. And I must say that I very much disagree. I think the razor is fantastic, both of them. They give an extremely good shave. And number one about this razor, the very, very best thing about both this razor and the all stainless model, and the reason why these razors will be with me for as long as I am, I actually got rid of my other DE razors, sold them, gave them away to friends. This is so extremely gentle on the skin. I mean, very, very much. Big time gentle. I cannot stress this enough. If you do the shave correctly, don't apply a lot of pressure because you don't think it's cutting. Just let it slide on the skin. Once you find that angle, that sweet spot where it cuts hair, you will find out, you will discover that the razor cuts the hair but is very gentle on the skin. So it's a great shave you get with this razor. I mean, very much. The overall price, oh, one more thing, it comes with a stand, and it's wood and stainless steel, in the wood in the middle, steel on top and bottom. Put in the razor and it can stand like this. Yeah, very nice. The overall price in Europe is about 370 euros. That comes to $412. I don't know, I haven't checked out the price on the American websites, but it's an expensive razor. Don't get me wrong, it's pricey. Very pricey. About maybe 10 times as pricey as a normal regular DE razor. So that's quite a lot of money. For me personally, it's worth it all the way. Because of the very, very good shave, and because of the great quality of the product, and it's like it's a luxury type thing. It's a great product, and there's something special about owning such a good product, I think. Man, I haven't done videos in a while. I'm talking. Did I get all the stuff in there? I surely hope so. Yeah, I want to say that I really like the razor. Not recommended for beginners. Not if it's your first razor. It'll be too difficult to shave with. You will probably get discouraged and feel, why did I buy such an expensive razor and the piece of crap doesn't even shave. Start up with a less expensive razor and see if you get the hang of it. But very much suggested for people with sensitive skin and also people that really appreciate very good quality products. This was Thomas from Denmark, and I'm gonna catch my breath now and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I feel like saying good talking to you again, guys. I do feel that things are my mood is getting a bit lighter, and I think maybe there are good times ahead. So you guys are always welcome to post comments or ask questions. But before I say that, let me just tell you that I had my ears cut. Yep, that was on purpose. The other one too. I had my tongue split. That was also on purpose. A little body modification. I lost the tip of my right index finger in an accident cleaning the chain on my motorcycle while the motor is running. That's called learning the hard way. So you don't need to ask questions about that. Take care.